Always wanting the recording of this. All right. So guys, again, welcome. This is our Friday Mastermind. So we're excited. Hope everybody had an awesome week. We always like to kick off our Friday Masterminds with some gratitude. What you're grateful for this morning. Anybody want to kick us off with some gratitude? What's some things that you're grateful for on this morning?
Yeah, we are thankful that we are here right now. We are talking to you and everybody. And thanks for everything that we are alive, we are okay, and we are able to do something. We are be helpful for our people. That's what we want to be. And thanks, be part of the dream team. And thanks, we are the Exp Realty. We can see every day the Exp Realty is a very good real estate company. So this is another thanks that we are in the EXP, and we always to make sure we can do better for the people, to make sure they can looking for houses, purchasing or buying. And thanks for everything. Thanks for right now I'm sitting here. Thanks for that. So with my family, with everybody.
All right. Awesome, Ghulam.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good.
Amen. Thanks, everybody. I also want to say I'm grateful this morning just to be here, to be functioning, having the activity of most of my limbs. I had an injury.
You say most of my limbs.
Most of my limbs, absolutely. I had an injury this week, and I want to thank all my dream team for your prayers, your texts and calls. I appreciate you guys. I reach out, I made a post, and just everybody just came together. And I had a better diagnosis than what I was thinking. So that is so good. So I appreciate you all. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Good. Awesome, Pam. We're glad to hear that you're doing better. Good. All right, guys, we're just going around the room for those who just joined. Gratitude, something you're grateful for. I know I'm grateful this morning for just waking up in my right mind with good health and strength today, and beautiful day. Just grateful for the dream team. You guys are, extended family. So I appreciate each and every one of you all.
Yeah, thank you, Rob.
I appreciate you too. Thank God for you.
Appreciate y'all.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. I just want to say I'm thankful, of course, to be in the life of in this new day, with the living. Of course, my mind is a little bit here and there, been a little bit out of commission because of an illness. I thought it was COVID, but it's not. So I'm going to the doctor today to check to see if it's a sinus infection. But I'm just grateful to be here. It was a negative result, COVID. So I'm grateful because of that, because it is going around the office, sadly, right now. But I also wanted to say, if it's okay to do kudos right now, I wanted to say thank you to Bryson for stepping in to do that, to meet with the inspector regarding the condominium. We needed to get an inspector over there to get that inspection done, which is part of that process. It's new, of course, to me. So he stepped in. He actually traveled twice, because the first appointment, the inspector called me 10 minutes after the appointment. Bryson was already there to say that he was running late. So Bryson had to leave and come back. God bless him. I know why that young man is so blessed. I told him that. I said, that's why the hand of God is on your life. You are so blessed. Thank you so much. And of course, he's just there for you. He's just an amazing young man doing great things. I also wanted to say thank you to Linda for helping me with a little bit of a complicated CMA earlier this week on an older home. She's also amazing. So thank you, Dream Team. I really appreciate all of you all. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, Jim, I'm praying for you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other win? Well, gratitude and wins, guys. Gratitude, anything that you're grateful for on this morning. Attitude of gratitude. What you think about, you bring about. What are you grateful for?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Dream Team.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, what's going on, Rod? Hey, just grateful to be here on today. It's just thankful that yesterday that my mom she had to go to the emergency room, but everything was okay. It was just her medication was making her blood pressure high. But I thank God, you get that call that hey, your mom's going to the emergency room. You work, automatically go into work mode. But thank God that she's okay. And my wife had a bad fall yesterday too. So, but she's okay. And so thank God for that. So even in the, these life challenges that we have, even though we focus on work, when something comes about, you got to stop everything you're doing and tend to that need. But thank God everything is okay. So I'm just put that on today. Yep.
Amen. Thank God, Tim. Praying for mom.
Thank you.
Thank God, Tim. Thank God.
Mm.
I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for goodness, for mercy. I'm grateful for God's kindness and His mercy just over me and over my family. It's a year that my baby sister passed, and it's been seriously emotional.
Mhm.
I'm just grateful that God is true.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. Praying for you, Timmy.
Man, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely keep you in our prayers.
Yeah. All right, guys. Anybody else? What you're grateful for on this morning?
Grateful for the gift of life. Thank God for his mercies, his love. Thank God for his protection, his provision. God has been awesome. I thank God for the opportunity to be in the group and a community of like-minded people that still value and appreciate the hand of God. I was telling Dr. B the other day, I said something, it's just awesome that you can be able to talk freely and not, watch what you say around because, you don't want someone to be uncomfortable. But, when you're in a community where you can, just bless God, just talk freely about God's goodness and the fact that he rules and reigns in your life, it's a joy to me. I really bless God for that opportunity. Thank God for all the amazing things that he's doing behind the scenes, and I'm excited about it and I'm looking forward to the manifestation. So thank God for all of you guys. Thank God, for his blessings and mercies. He's been amazing. Just want to bless him for that.
All right. Awesome, Rose.
Amen.
Thank you and your husband, Doug. They sponsored our last event. They did that amazing breakfast spread. Oh my gosh, it was so much. Yeah, guys, if you have any buyers moving or sellers moving or buyers moving, contact Rose and her husband, Doug. They have an amazing moving company here in the Northern Virginia area. So contact them.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right. One or two more, guys. We're going to shift gears.
Hey, Rod, I want to say,
Hey.
I'm just grateful for being part of your group. I'm grateful for the opportunity to wake up this morning and see this beautiful sunshine out here today.
You got a lot of wind, Rodney. You may have to stop.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Some of it was my breathing. Some of it was my breathing. It won't necessarily the wind. But I just want to say I'm just thankful for being able to be out here to do this.
Yeah.
Some people can't get out and go exercise or walk or do whatever. And so to be blessed to be able to do that at this age, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for being around like-minded people and people that just want to see each other succeed.
Yeah. Awesome, Rodney.
Hallelujah. Hey, I'm gonna jump in here for this last one. I'm thankful for my family first and foremost. Well, God first and foremost, and my family secondly. Um, and want to put a shameless plug out there. If anyone's in the Atlanta area, Sunday, my wife is hosting a couples brunch, a couples therapy brunch, where she talks about where the presenters go into talking about mental health and therapy between couples and how it works and how it can help you in your marriage and just being successful together. So like I said, it's in Atlanta. I think it's off of Peachtree. It's going to be a really great event.
Awesome, Bryce.
What
Nice.
time is it, Bryson?
Now, those answers I don't have, but I can send you the information.
Awesome. Okay. Hey, Natasha, Tina, my wife and daughter, LaSherie and Paige, they're down in Atlanta this weekend. They flew down last night. So my daughter was accepted in the Morehouse School of Medicine. So they're down looking, just kind of scouting out the area.
Congratulations,
Oh,
man.
congratulations.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Tina.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So yeah, I think, yeah, we got a lot of connections. I think Jimmy and I both gonna have our daughters down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pam too. Pam's daughter's down there too.
Oh, Pam's, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, we have 2 daughters down there.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yes.
That's right. Good. Okay, guys, let's hit some wins this week. What good happened in your business this week, guys? And then we're gonna jump into our training, our Friday mastermind. But let's hear a couple of wins. What's good happening in your business?
I'm losing weight with all these showings, opening up these lock boxes. I'm using all the resources I got in my toolkit when I'm going to
Yes.
Nokesville tomorrow morning. I got maybe 3 showings in the mountains almost, and it's just like no service. What are you going to do? It's just making me a better agent. My California buyers coming in, so I'm anticipating a lot of offers this weekend, and I'm just thankful, man. I think that will allow me to cap. But I'm
Yes.
thankful. I'm thankful for the gut loss, the weight I'm burning off, opening these doors, man. I'm just thankful for the opportunity, man. Like, it's a step by.
That's awesome, Aubrey.
That is a good way to go. I think I need to open some more lock boxes.
Yeah. Me too. We all do.
Is that what?
Yes, that's the secret.
Opening enough lock boxes. That's how we lose weight.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
There is a little bit of
I love
confusion,
that
right?
picture.
Yeah. So, congrats. Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to also thank Aubrey too. Aubrey, thank you, man. You did an awesome job on Wednesday, guys. Can we give Aubrey a hand?
Woo, go Aubrey.
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was
Y'all are
awesome.
welcome. I was hoping it was enough, to kind of lay a foundation to get y'all started. So I'm thankful. Y'all kept me sharp too. Natasha, Marcella, showing me how to get Tim, showing me how to get a PDF in. Y'all helped me too. So I'm thankful. Thank y'all.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
All right. Look like Bryson came. Hey, Bryson.
Well,
Bryson got the hat on. He got the cap on.
Yes, he got the cap on.
This is for Monday. So I'll be on a flight Monday morning during the meeting. So this is for Monday. Got another closing on Monday.
Awesome.
Go Bryson.
Nice.
I might need to borrow that cat for Tuesday.
So the next one isn't until the 27th, tentatively right now. But even to go even further, my $1 million buyers, their house appraised for $50,000 over list price.
Boom.
Wow.
I mean, you got him a good deal, brother. You got him a good deal.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Great deal.
Oh man,
That's awesome, Bryson. Congratulations, dude.
Bryson, we got some.
$50,000.
Congratulations.
Hey, Bryson, we got some guests on today. Can you tell a little bit about your story? Has it been 9 months? What's your story? Just a quick little snippet about your story since being over here with the Dream Team.
So 9 months ago, at the end of August, I spoke to Rob for the first time, and I was having some trouble at the brokerage I was at. They told me no 3 times. And my thought process was, if I'm putting everything on the line to go into real estate full time, no one should be able to tell me no. And with that being said, I started talking to people. But when I talked to Rod, I felt like I was at home. I came on to a meeting and it felt right. So I joined. And when I joined, it was like real estate became a real thing. Whereas before it was something that you do all the training for, but you don't know what you're doing until, you come to a place where you can be nurtured and helped. And from day one of being with the dream team, I felt that, compassion. I felt that family atmosphere. I felt that love. And that in turn brought me to a place where I can actually soar in my business. We sew into each other every day, the same way we're doing on this call right now. We have the WhatsApp, we have the Mighty Networks, we have Facebook, we have all these things that we sew into each other every day for, and it's really helped my business exponentially. Because from day one, I started out, I had 2 transactions, they were rental transactions. At the end of this month, 9 months after joining the Dream Team, and 11 months after getting my license, I fully onboarded. I fully got my license June 28th of 2021. June 27th of 2022, I will officially cap in my first year. And really,
Nice, man.
Go, Bryson.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
This has
Yes.
been a
Congratulations,
long journey.
Bryson.
Nothing is easy in real estate, but if you're willing to put the work in, you're willing to put the time in, and you're willing to
Say
hustle.
that again.
Truly hustle. Get out there, put feet to pavement, meet people, kiss babies, like Jimmy says. If you do the work that it takes, you will be in this position, because no one can say no to you but so many times, and the only person that's going to be able to stop you is you.
Amen.
Woo.
Hustle. That's it.
Awesome.
Y'all gonna be hearing from Bryson real soon here. Yeah. I'm putting him on the stage. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all gonna be hearing from him real soon. All right. Any other wins, guys?
Hey, just Tim. This week I had a good pre-construction meeting with my buyers and the home sales rep, and it was actually a great meeting, because the gentleman, he was so thorough. I've done a lot of new home construction, pre-construction, but this guy with Dan Ryan, which is actually a newer builder here in Virginia. They built a lot in Maryland, and was very thorough, and really, I felt like I knew how to build the house after he finished, but I learned so much from that. So it really helped me as far as going forward, to even some of my new folks that are doing new construction, just some of the things that, he really kind of shared behind the scenes, what happens in the building process. So that was very positive. And then I have 2 listings coming up next week, and I have a closing on Monday. So it's pretty good week going on.
That's awesome.
That's
Woo. Congratulations.
So, I got a new construction client under contract yesterday. And hopefully my listings will be going live in a couple of weeks. So still have some issues, but we're trying to make it happen. I was on listing work yesterday, looking at updates and staging, and working hard yesterday to get those on the market. So let's go.
Woo. All right. Congratulations, Natasha.
Congratulations.
Hey, well, while we're talking to Natasha, y'all, boom, get ready. Can y'all see my
Yes.
All right.
Can't wait.
All right, guys, creating
That's gonna be a
systems for
good
your
one.
real estate business. Natasha, can you tell us a little bit about it? Just a little snippet.
Yeah, so one of the things that coming into real estate that I was really a little bit lost with was systems and processes. What do I do with a buyer lead? What do I do with a seller lead? And so over the course of the last few months, I have made it my mission to really begin to document systems and processes from lead to client to post sale, really having step by step and constantly continuous improvement. So we're going to talk about that. Some of what there's going to be a lot of crossover from what Aubrey did this past week, talking about KV Core, and integrating and ensuring that we're using our databases. But what gets measured grows. So I want us to really, one of my goals, and I have not perfected it, is to continue to measure so that I can see the success in my business that I desire to see.
All right.
Right.
So get ready, guys. Dream Team. This is Dream Team only. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all got to be a part of the Dream Team EXP. This is Wednesday during our regular Dream Team call, Zoom. So Natasha all the way from Atlanta, GA. So get ready, y'all. Get ready. She's also crushing it, just killing it, on fire down there in Georgia. So awesome. Okay. 1 or 2 more wins, guys. Any other wins? I know I had a closing on yesterday and signed a new contract, new construction on this week too. So it's been a good week.
Yeah, thank you.
What about a $2 million one, Rod? $2 million?
No, not that much. But the one on yesterday was amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you. My clients, they bought a sight unseen, young Marine family relocating from California. So I was their eyes. I was their eyes on the ground doing Facebook Lives and videos and pictures. And I was their eyes for them to be here to, make sure everything was good to go with this transaction with the house. And they signed yesterday in Las Vegas. So they still haven't seen the house. So
That is awesome.
Yeah. So it's one of those where, hey, I had to leave my lockbox on the house. So when they arrive, if they arrive in the wee hours of the night, hey, they'll be able to go into their home and not have to wait on me. So, but team, we'll talk about that later, how you do sight unseens and, the extra special care and attention that you have to put into those to make, to make everybody feel comfortable. Even making that listing agent feel comfortable, because when I'm on the listing side, I'm a little hesitant about sight unseens because they will change their mind on you. So, but we'll talk about that another time. Okay. Any others, guys? One or 2 more wins, and then
this is Jasmine.
Hey,
I'll
Jasmine.
go.
Morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. So my wins for the week was that I got 2 new members on my team.
Woo.
And then far as myself, I have 3 women that all have been waiting a good year to get their credit together and get qualified. And then this week, all of them got their first offers accepted and they're under contract.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Wow.
That's fantastic, Jasmine.
Wow,
That
that's
is awesome.
Man,
Congratulations.
guys, you got to work with them, guys. Yeah, nurture them, take care of, make sure, get them through the process, work on their stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, see, that could have been somebody else, another agent that came in after
Congratulations,
No, it couldn't have.
Not your people. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking
That's how I feel.
That's
I had
awesome.
a pretty good week myself. I picked up a couple of new buyers, 2 sisters, young ladies that are looking to buy their first home, and another one that I've been nurturing for a while I submitted all of them to lenders for pre-approval, as well as my listing in Maryland went live. So it's a pretty good week. And I got the other house under contract that's in Virginia Beach, and we are moving forward towards closing. So it's a good week.
Awesome.
And a closing next Friday. Yes.
Congratulations, Pam.
That's awesome, Pam.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Pam is killing it. Awesome. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and shift gears here, get into our Friday Mastermind discussion on this morning. I'm going to share my screen. Can y'all see my slide?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, guys, let's go. Let's go. Somebody say, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let us go.
204 days left, guys, in 2022.
Wow.
204. So kind of like what we were talking about last week. You know, what's going to happen? I think it was 211 or something like that last week, 204. But what's going to change? You know, at the end of those 204 days, guys, what's going to be your story? What's going to be the results of these next, you know, we halfway in, this is second half of the year. What's going to be the results, guys? What are you going to be able to say that you accomplished in 2022? Back in January, we were saying this 2022 is going to be my best year ever. We were declaring it. We were putting it out there. We were writing it down. We were putting our goals. But now when the rubber hits the road, you know, what are you going to accomplish? What are you going to achieve? So, you know, that first question is, guys, are you willing to pay the price? Can we, you know, come off mute, guys. Are y'all willing to pay the price for these next 204 days to put in the work?
Yes.
Go to work.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Are you willing to pay the price, guys? So let's kick it off talking about discipline. You know, it's gonna take discipline. It's gonna take focus. A lot of y'all, you're running for capping. Some of you all are running for Icon. Anybody running for Icon? Want to be Icon?
Oh yes.
Icon agents, EXP.
Yeah.
I'm running for Icon.
So for those who are guests, Icon is you're capping. That's about what 3.5 or so million in sales, and then you're gonna do 20 more transactions after that. Within 12, all of that in 12 months. But the beauty of it is that you're going to get $16,000 worth of stock back from EXP. So it's a big deal. It's not just a plaque that we put on the wall, but or a trophy. It's $16,000 worth of stock that could be, you know, that could be worth a lot more money in the end, you know, later on down the road, playing the long game. We believe that EXP, the stock is going to continue to go up because we're the fastest growing real estate company in the world right now that the real estate industry has ever seen. So those who are running for Icon, running for capping, guys, it's going to take discipline. You're going to have to be willing to pay the price. You're going to have to stay focused because those 12 months come real quick. Do I have a witness? Anybody know?
Oh yeah.
Those 12 months are rolling real fast.
Yes, they come really, really fast.
You're capping and then you're running out of time to hit Icon because you haven't built up enough momentum and you haven't built up your pipeline enough to crank out those 20 transactions after capping.
Right. And
So
Rod,
yes, go ahead.
and I just wanted to speak to that right, because that's where I was at. I just reset June 1st. And even though I capped about I think very beginning of the year, still I had like 4 months, January, February, March, April, about 4 months to go.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, no. Yeah, after I capped, 4 months to go, but 4.5 months to go, but still, just wasn't enough time. Cranked out a lot of transactions, but just not enough to get there. I wanted to go way beyond what I needed to get to Icon. You know what I'm saying? And even though at the time I capped, I had enough as far as buyers, sellers, seemed like that I was going to be able to, definitely do that. But, you still got to plan for over and beyond because some fell out, some had to wait, some had to pause. They come in this month or whatever, but just not enough time to meet that timeline. So even when you're planning for it and you're running for it, and I know you already know this, Rob, because you've done it 4 times, is that, if you need 10 to make it, you might as well shoot for 20 because some just not going to make it and you're going to fall short. You know what I'm saying? So this time, even though I'm just starting this month, I already got things that already been in the works, like since last month that was supposed to close that I'm already working towards, but not even slowing down, but trying to add as many more so I can cap quick and then get those 20 transactions out of the way and get it done in 6 months, 2 months like you did the Icon, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's definitely something that you just can't hope it happens. You got to make sure you're watching it to make sure it happens. So
that's right. That's right, Tim.
And you can't take a break. You have to keep doing it. You know, that's Tim and I have the same anniversary date. And one of the things that I discovered and while I was trying to get ready to run for Icon is you can't let up off the pedal, not for a little while, because it really is impactful to your business. It's focus. You know, I tell my buyers all the time when we go under contract for a home, or rather when we first get together and we start looking for a home, they're ready to purchase a home. I tell them we're going to spend some time in a financial desert. You know, you're not going to spend anything. You're not going to create it. It's the same attitude is what you have to have when you're pressing towards Icon. You're in a distraction desert. You can't be distracted. You got to keep your focus. You got to keep on doing those things to lead gen and get deals to the table so that you can get those transactions to make Icon.
Yeah. And life happens, guys. Life happens even when you're running for Icon. You remember these last 4 years, guys, some of y'all know me personally, what I've been through, and the flights up and down to Louisiana and hospital rooms and doing calls, and life still is going to happen. You know, I don't miss church. You know, and I'm fairly active in my church, you know. So
That's an understatement, Rod.
I'm fairly active, you know. So life happens, and you still got schedule, you still got family to deal with, and you got issues and tragedies and situations, guys. But man, mindset is every mindset and leveraging systems, tools. Yeah. Look, let me just go. Bryson, you were about to say something.
I just wanted to say for the newer agents and as well as the agents that aren't with EXP on here, did you hear how Tim was saying how, you know, he capped and, you know, and then his eyes got set on Icon. I remember when I first started with EXP, I was like, oh, I'm not going to cap my first year. I just want to make some money. You know, I'm not looking to bring on any agents. I just want to make a couple dollars for myself. And, you know, that sounds good in theory, but until you're in this situation, until you're doing it, once you start doing it and you see these goals start to come, you know, just they start to form right before your eyes, it gives you that energy, it gives you that shift, it gives you that boost, that confidence to know that you can do it. I mean, like last year, I wasn't thinking about how much money exactly I was going to make. I know someone told me that I could make between 50 and 80,000 my first year, and told me I probably would make somewhere around 45. And I saw that same person a couple weeks ago and told him what I was doing, and he was in utter disbelief. But excuse me, but at the exact same time, he wanted to take 35% of my, you know, of my commission every time.
Wow.
That wasn't going to work for me. I would make exactly if I would have done the exact same things, I would make way less money. I would have made that 45,000 he's talking about. But coming to EXP, and not only I am giving up 20% until I cap, but I'm also taking out 5% and putting it towards my financial future, my family's financial future. Yeah. I'm building a retirement plan inside of this. So these are things that actually help, you know, they help us as agents to move forward. So, you know, that confidence that you're going to gain and that you gain as time goes on, it really is a game changer.
That's good. That's powerful.
Yeah.
Bryson.
Hey, Rod, can I say something just for a second?
Yes, sir.
So I met with this guy yesterday about something almost totally different. And he and I sat down, had a cup of coffee, and just through the conversation, saying, can you tell me a little bit about what you do? And so I started explaining it to him and just kind of glossed over the possibilities of passive residual income. And he stopped me. He said, wait, whoa. Wait a minute. Back up. Tell me that again. And I explained it to him. And he said, so you mean to tell me you have an opportunity to make some passive residual income with the company that you're with? I said, yeah, but that's not all. That's just, you know, that's just a little something that they throw to us on the side. And he sat back in his chair and he's like, okay. You and I are going to talk again. So this is the guy just like in your situation is with the government looking for a way out. And he's like,
I think this is it.
Wow.
So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's
Just
powerful.
just just having a normal conversation. We
Yeah.
weren't even talking about real estate. I mean, we kind of was, but kind of wasn't. And it just moved into that direction, you know? Crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Guys, you gotta be willing to do what it takes, do whatever it takes, be willing to pay the price. And like Brian said, have those conversations out there. Never stop having conversations. You gotta be focused, you gotta be grinding, you gotta be willing to put in the hustle, guys. A lot of y'all just don't have hustle. You gotta get some hustle muscle and build up your hustle muscle. You know, we had a saying, and it's just the same with most military, you know, but in the Marines, we had a saying, say, simplify, do or die. When you get focused on something, guys, it's kind of do or die. Whatever happens, whatever issues, situations come my way during that time when I'm focused on that, my achieving that goal, guys, I gotta, you know, you got to shake it off. You got to be willing to shake it off and keep on moving, keep on fighting. Got to be willing to stay in the fight. You go down, you got to get back up. Y'all hear us talking about, you know, what's your recovery time? You go down, you get back up. Life is going to happen. I am a witness. Life will happen. But you got to stay in the fight, guys. Don't let it knock you out. Situations, issues, problems, money problems and family and everything, death. Y'all know, first year I was running for ICON, my closest first cousin passed. We grew up like brothers. He and I were only child. So he was named after me. We both was Rod, you know, and I lost him and had to deal with that whole situation. And my mother, in the midst of that, had a stroke because dealing with all the stress. So we just lost, you know, our baby cousin in the family, and now so our health started going downhill. But guys, even in the midst of that, I know some of y'all remember, I hit ICON.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you did.
Because I was mentally focused. Not saying I wasn't grieving. Yeah, I went down hard, but I didn't stay down. You know, I kept, you know, I thank God for my team. My team was helping me out. Dream Team was encouraging me during that time. My church family, my belief and my faith in God, and just pressing forward. So guys, it's just, you got to stay focused. You got to have that discipline. You got to be willing to pay the price. Anything else on discipline, focus, paying the price before we go to the next one? Do or die, guys. Do or die. You got to do it, or you got to die trying. That was our motto. You do it or you die trying. You don't stop. You don't give up. You got to know your numbers. You've heard that. You got to know your numbers. If you put a number out there that what you want to accomplish, you got 204 days, guys. Are you going to put your head down to do the work for the next 204 days that's going to make an income that's going to change your life? You know, make the most money that anybody in your family has ever made. Make that high 6-figure mark. You know, if nobody's ever made 6 figures in your family, guys, put your head down. 204 days. You can do it. I don't care if you're at 0 right now. You can do it if you put your mind to it. Put your mind to it and be willing to take massive action. Be willing to pay the price to help people buy and sell real estate. The market is shifting, so buyers can find houses now. If you put in the work, if you're willing to grind. I heard Obee talking about, man, he's going out to the mountains. He's losing weight. He's out there putting it in, doing whatever it takes to help his people get a house. But are you just going to complain about it? Are you just going to complain? It's a seller's market. We can't do. No. Are you going to put in the work? Everybody.
And, you know, I think it's all in perspective too. You know, I constantly say to myself and to my buyers, there's inventory out there for you.
Yep.
You know, that's, you know, I go in with the assumption that I'm going to find something, I'm going to do something, you know, that's all mindset stuff. It's going in with the expectation that, hey, listen, if we're partnering together to do this thing, we can do it. We just have to stay focused on the goal.
Yeah. Mindset is everything. Mindset, guys. What's your mindset? Are you thinking too small? Some of y'all are still thinking too small, guys. Dream Team, we're the head and not the tail. We're above and not beneath. We're a royal priesthood. We're a mighty nation, guys. Man, y'all got to stop thinking so small and know who you are. Y'all hear it all the time, who you are and whose you are. There's power in your words. When you decree and declare a thing over your business, it will come to pass if you won't doubt. See, a lot of times doubt is creeping in. You get all excited. You come off of these calls, you're excited, you're on fire, but then you allow doubt to start slipping in between the Dream Team Zooms. Anybody?
Can I say
You know,
something?
It's funny because I was just reading that. Remind me of Peter when he walked on the water. He said, "Can I walk on the water?" Jesus said, "Yeah, come on, walk to me." He was walking, then that storm hit, that doubt hit, that fear kicked in, and he went from walking on the water to drowning. And Jesus said, "Why did you fear? Why did you doubt?" And so those are key things, man. They seem like nothing, but your thoughts play a huge role in the words that come out and then the actions that you take. Yeah. So I'm in total agreement with it. Sorry, I heard you say something, Joy. Go on, rock on.
Thanks, bro. I was gonna say we say the same thing, mindset, but also watch your mouth. Watch what you're saying. We keep saying, ain't nothing out here. I can't find anything. But some things are hidden on purpose. I got a client right now that's under contract, and it's from a listing. I love my Northern Virginia people that put stuff on the MLS and don't put it in our MLS. It was Northern Virginia, Bright. And I have Bright. So it was on the Bright MLS, but it wasn't on ours. The agent, I asked him, I said, "You had any showings? You got any showings?" "Nope, don't have any showings." And I know why he didn't have any showings. But that house, I told my client, this house is for you. And it's only for you because we the only ones that seen it. And then we got to and even with, we can't get no closing costs. I can't get no closing costs. So then from that point, we did the inspection. We found some things in the inspection. Now we got some change in closing costs, but she got $2,000 in closing costs and got some repairs done. So watch what you say. Watch your mouth, And I got to do the same. Keep saying, ain't nothing out there. I can't find nothing. Some stuff hidden on purpose. And you got to seek and find it. But it'll be if you seek and find, you'll find it. But watch your mouth. That's all.
I love that. Watch your mouth. I wrote that down. Joy, that's powerful. Watch your mouth.
You know what? I say things like, there's more than enough inventory out there for me and my clients. So when I go out, I find stuff.
Yeah.
I go out with the expectation and anticipation. We're going to find a house and we're going to put a contract on it.
Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else. I'm hearing things, people be like, "Oh, the market's about to crash. Oh, there ain't gonna be no houses." Oh, I was like, I don't know what. I live in a different dynamic.
That right.
Yes, Natasha. 2008 was my best year. I'm telling you, I was killing it. Why? Because God put me in positions. I worked for the bank, so I was doing the foreclosure. So I'm not saying whatever somebody said, "Oh, it's this, it's that." I always say, God, I say I'm God's favorite. And I say that because we all are God's favorite. We are favorite people. So I'm his favorite child. So if you keep in mind those things, I think you will rise above the top.
Yeah. You got to see it, guys. Go ahead, Jimmy.
One thing I just want to quickly say in tying these things together: discipline, focus, taking massive action, never giving up, staying in the fight, and getting more listings and buyers. Just to tie all those things up in what we're talking about, this is Mastermind, right? The reality about the whole thing is every single thing you're going to do has to do with your mindset. You've heard every single person say it in here. What gives one person the boldness and the audacity, if I may, to say, "I'm going to go out there and I'll find, property for my client"? What gives someone the audacity to say, if I need to get closing costs for my client, I'll get it? What gives someone the audacity to be able to make those declarations? It's the reality that you've settled it in your mind that this is the path that you're going to leave a legacy for your family and nothing is going to deter you. And you could be in a position where you say it's easy for the military folk in here, the Rodneys, the teams, to have a mindset, because the Pams to say, because they've been in the grind. That gave them an advantage. But the reality is it's inherent in you, in every single one of us, to understand that there's a mindset of focus that you have to, and you have to position yourself to say and to know that nothing is impossible for you if you apply yourself, if you choose to go and do it. However, sometimes it's not even necessarily about the fact that the reason why sometimes people don't get the results is because some people are afraid of success, not afraid of failing.
Come on, Jim.
Some people are afraid of success. If you're afraid of success, if you're afraid, I've heard this said before. People say things like when they're doing their taxes, I don't know why I have to keep paying this much tax. I don't know how to keep doing this, because this tax is killing them. I'm not going to say me because it's not. It's killing them, right? The reality, the reason why that happens is why? Is because you're not making enough. What my CPA said to me, he said, Jimmy, make more money so that you can pay them more money. And that's the reality that you've got to do. You've got to put yourself in a position not to be afraid of your success. Another thing is this. Rod said something. He said, focus and think about, how you can, make more six figures or make more money, maybe than what you've been used to or what the family has made or whatever. I want to dare and challenge you. That don't even think of making more money than what your family has made. Blow your own mind and say to yourself, you will be a trillionaire. Put a goal out there that will blow your mind. Why can you not be the richest man or woman in the world? Why does it have to be Elon Musk? Why does it have to be any other person like that? It's because you're not making your goal big enough. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to every one of us here. You've got to have you have to say to yourself, I'm going to blow your own expectations. Blow the things that is your focus out of the water. You heard it said before that the sky is the limit. The sky is not a limit. If the sky was the limit, then we would never be able to send a man to the moon. If the sky was the limit, we would never be able to pierce the curtain of the clouds. The point is, limitations is what we put on ourselves because we're afraid of either failure or afraid of success, afraid of the people that will gather around you, sometimes even afraid of being able to repeat, wondering to yourself, can I do it again? Why are you worried about can you do it again? When you need to just focus on the now, the here and now. Focus on what you have. Even the scripture says, a bunch of faith books says, it says, whatever you find your hand to do it well. Do it now. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about what's going on after. Worry about what you need to do this moment and this moment only. Stay focused and pierce through. Don't let your success scare you. But if your why is not big enough, then you're not dreaming big enough.
Woo! Powerful. Thank you, Jimmy.
Awesome. Uncle Jimmy.
Why it's not big enough?
Bishop.
There you go. There you go.
It has to be bigger than us.
It is bigger than us. Thank you.
I'm just letting the smoke clear.
Yeah, there are people that need you and I today. There are people that can't do anything. They're hoping and waiting that inflation will temper down so that they can be able to survive and succeed. Some people are waiting today because they don't even have food. They don't have anything. What is stopping you and I to say, you know what? Forget what the government is doing.
Yeah.
I'm about to have a block party for people in the hood or wherever they are that I know are struggling and just go there with a trailer. You don't have to wait for an athlete to do that. Make your why bigger than yourself. Let's get out of this consumer mentality, the mentality of thinking what I've got to buy and what I've got to eat and consume. What can I do for someone else? When your why is big enough and it scares the heck out of you, then you're in the trajectory of just taking off. And nobody needs to know or hear about what you're doing. Nobody needs to know about what you're doing. That's why sometimes you heard Natasha say it. Sometimes go do it in the remotest part of the world that there's no mic, there's no camera, nobody knows. The only person that knows is your CPA, because when they're doing your tax, they're like, God, dog it, what in the world are you putting? Where's else? And you have receipts to back it up. That's all that matters because heaven sees it.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. That's powerful, Jimmy. And even guys, and I know I'm gonna probably lose half of y'all. People, they're gonna jump off the Zoom when I say this. Stop with all the negativity at the gas pump.
I don't even look at, I don't even see.
Come on.
Every time I buy
Yes,
gas, I don't
finish.
even look at it.
Yes,
I don't even care. I don't look at it.
Mm-hmm.
it's a write-off. It's the cost of doing business.
It doesn't
It's not like
matter.
you're not gonna go.
You know, it doesn't matter. Don't focus
Y'all pay
on
for gas?
what everybody else is talking about.
Yeah, we paying for gas.
I thought like you just said, it was a tax write-off and I'm getting paid in between. I mean,
That's right.
like, let's be real here. So if you drive in a car that takes more than $100 to fill up, what's your return on investment?
Oh yeah.
Right,
It's still
right.
great.
See what we should think. Go ahead, Bryce. See, mindset, guys. Mindset.
Yep.
Yeah, it's bad. Somebody should do something about it. Should be, American people shouldn't be paying $500 for a gallon for gas. Yeah, we got it. Roger that. But guys, your mindset is
right.
critical. Your mindset. Pam, you want to say something? Go ahead.
I will still travel over an hour to get to a listing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's not gonna change.
Yeah.
Like I have one in Virginia Beach. Yes, I'm going to the closing.
Mm-hmm.
I have one in Spotsylvania closing next Friday. Yes, I'll be there. One in where's the other one? Germantown. Yes, it's cost of doing business. It's no big deal.
Right. You want to get to the point where, like Jimmy said, I don't even think about it.
Don't even think about it. Just go put gas in, keep on going.
Yeah,
that's right. And you're right, because I mean, and people talk about it. I mean, it's a conversation starter, but still you got to watch. You like Joy said earlier, you just got to watch your mouth, even though it may be a conversation starter, maybe something because people gonna complain about it, But the same thing, you got to have that mindset. When I fill up, yeah, I hit that $100 mark every couple of days, and but I just I know who I serve, and I just say, God, take this gas and use it like the 2 fish and the 5 loaves, and just expand it.
There you go. Hey, you know what? It's a great time to give out some gas cards.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, you all need to go and apply. Go get like the A to B credit card for gas.
What's it called, Jimmy?
For A to B.
I was going to jump in there with that same thing, Jimmy. Due to my brother Cam's absence, I feel as though this needs to be said. If you're paying out of your pocket for gas as a realtor, then there's a problem. You should have business credit for that. You should be using the credit accounts made for that for gas. Like Jimmy just said, like Cam would say if he was here right now, you should not be using your money. It should be OPM, other people's money. I'm sorry. Like I said, that's my boy. He talks to me about it all the time. So
that's good.
If he throws it in my face, I'm going to throw it right back to y'all.
Yeah.
That's a great point. We should be using our business credit so we get something back for it.
Yeah. But all this to say, guys, have the millionaire mindset, the millionaire mentality, where you're not fazed by you're not, we're in this world, but we're not of this world. We're not operating this economy. Have the millionaire mindset. Don't go there complaining and down and depressed because you got to fill up. But now start seeing yourself at a higher level that I'm a millionaire. This is part of my business. This is a write-off. This is the cost of doing business. But you want to get to a financial place in your life where this doesn't faze you. I think that's the point I want to make. You want to get to a point in your life, your financial, life, that this is not, this, like Jimmy said, it's just, you get gas, you fill it up, regardless of where it's at.
You got to do it. You got to eat. I got to sell a house. I got to help someone do something. So guess what? It doesn't even matter. I don't even want to, it's not even something to dwell upon or to worry about. Yes, we get it. We understand. Things are tough. We're not saying we're insensitive, but that's the reason. That's the more reason why you need to be even create more wealth, be more wealthy, so that you can help other people.
Right.
Because as the heavens and the earth remains, while we're still on this side of eternity, there will always be wealthy people, people in between, and poor people. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be the one that is able to facilitate and help people? Or do you want to be the one that wants to always complain and say, I can't do it because of whatever reason? Because those reasons will always exist. But instead of being a complainer, instead of being the one that doesn't have that drive, you've got to be willing to sacrifice and be willing to say, I'm going to do the next level. We should never, ever be content. We should never, ever have this conversation about these things again in another 6 months. We should be able to, right now, settle in our minds that when December 31st comes, you can look back and say, yes, I wrote those goals down, but guess what? I surpassed those goals.
Yeah.
Now, what's next?
What's next?
To be a billionaire, you have to have a billionaire mindset. To be wealthy, there's a difference between wealth and riches. You have to be, wealth is what you want to be and create. You want to be wealthy.
Yeah.
Because when you're wealthy, everything is healthy. And when everything is healthy, you're able to do for people what you need to do. I'm talking about in a wholesome way. We are a called people. We know whose we are. And we need to continue to drive ourselves like that. Not in a greedy way, not in a selfish way, but constantly knowing that there is nothing that is impossible for any one of us. Nothing. Nothing. So just think about it. If gas prices go now to $100 a gallon, are we going to pack up our businesses and say, okay, we're not doing real estate anymore?
Come on.
Another way to think about this is this, just in a very simple way. When COVID happened, some people's mindset was, this is the end of it, real estate is gone. EXP's mindset was, guess what? We were built for this.
We were built for this.
I don't need to go anywhere and meet you to do anything. We can do it on Zoom. We can sign contracts on Zoom. We can do presentations on Zoom. So you always have to think about yourself like that. You are built for tough times. You are built for tough times.
Yeah.
And that's what we've got to remember. Nothing lasts forever. No hardship, no tough time lasts forever. We can't pack our business in just because it costs filling up a jet.
Come on.
The same way. Do you see people stop flying? Do you see private jets not still in the skies? So why are we feeding ourselves and thinking because things have shifted? No, all these things happen. What you think about, you become. Like Rod says, what you think about, if our mindset constantly says, I can do it, we'll be able to do it. There will be a way to get it.
Powerful, powerful. Woo!
Hey, I just wanted to throw one more thing out there. We're talking about gas and talking about credit. If you live or utilize Costco's and BJ's, even Sam's Clubs, you should have one of their credit cards, and that should be where you get your gas from for cheaper, because you pay a cheaper price than what the regular price is.
That's good.
That's how you can build your business credit. They give out business credit cards. And then when I say give out, it's not a lot of requirements. You don't have to have your own personal credit. You can actually get their business credit cards.
That's good. Thank you, Bryce.
Okay, good, Bryce.
So, guys, this is the year where we have to grow up and stop just being babes in the business. You got to get some maturity about you. You got to get some discipline, maturity about you and intentionally go to the next level. Not being just a little baby realtor. I just got my license, but you got to start seeing this as a $1 million business. Does that make sense, y'all?
Absolutely.
Everybody.
Yes.
This is the year you got to get some. You got to get some mental toughness about you. some stability, some stick-to-itness, where you're not all over the place. One day you're doing it, next day you're changing your mind. You're just gonna stick to your job, or you're just gonna go and do credit repair, or all these other little business opportunities out there. Guys, you're in the some of y'all heard me say in some of the class I teach, we're in the greatest industry in the world, guys. So we can make an unlimited amount of income here, and especially here at EXP with all the multiple streams of income. That's my revenue share. I like to say EXP pays my mortgage. EXP pays for my wife's Mercedes GLE, and my Bentley soon here coming. EXP
right.
does that. So, and the rest of them, my fleet out there, like Tim said. But guys, we have this great opportunity in front of us. Don't sleep on this. You got to decide. There's 204 days left. This is what's going to be your story? If you want to change, you got to make a change. You want something different, you got to do something different. Something's got to change. You got to shift your business. You got to shift your mindset. You've heard that. That's been a theme of this whole morning. Your mindset. You got to shift. You got to start thinking higher. That's why we like to have conversations like this, so you can hear how some of us are thinking. That millionaire, Jimmy's talking about trillionaire. Guys, you got to take your thinking to the next level. You got to see yourself at a higher level, beyond just taking renters all over the place. That's a whole other story.
I shoot for what I don't have already. I don't talk in millions. I don't talk, and I'm just saying I talk in the impossible, because if you serve an impossible God, you've got to run with the impossible. Don't do God or yourself disservice. Don't do your faith. Don't do your family a disservice. I'm sorry, man. This mastermind, we're thinking about, okay, so one of the things that we need to understand and stop looking at one another like they're ordinary people, that they don't have it. When you see Gulam, when you see Joy, when you see Aubrey, when you see Natasha, when you see Bryson, when you see Rod, when you see every single person on there, I can keep going on. Brandy, Rodney, Rod, David, when you see every one of these people in this meeting, don't look at them or think of them that they're just okay people, they're just making a couple of bucks. Because when you don't give value to the people that you're looking at on this screen, when you don't give value to it doesn't matter whether they just started in this business or they've been in this business long, then you're not going to be able to soar to understand that you are amongst billionaires and trillionaires, because you won't see yourself like that. What I'm trying to say is this. I don't look at anyone over here like they're ordinary people. I don't look at anyone over here like they're just making ends meet. I'm looking at special people over here that they have more than enough. When you look at the people that you associate with, because birds of the same feather flocks together. Dare to go into a billionaires conference. If you've got to pay for it, dare to go to Camp David. Dare to go to places where you can rub elbows with people who they don't even know what a credit card looks like. Simply because if they want something done, they just do this. They look at their butler or they look at their assistants and say, get that done. When you begin to flock with those kind of people, you begin to understand that nothing is impossible for you. Sometimes we need to just get ourselves to a place and say, let me just step out. Let me see how the other half lives. Go to Nantucket, go to Connecticut, go to Massachusetts, go to places where nobody else that looks like you and I, or nobody else that, sometimes we say things like, oh, I'm not adventurous. I don't want to. No, go and hike. Go and hike with people who are on a crazy high level of living. Go and shoot a gun with people who, they're just in a mode where they're not necessarily working. All they're doing is just hanging out, playing golf, and billion-dollar deals are getting done. Because when you begin to move in those circles and you begin to think the way they think, you begin to understand that nothing is impossible for you, and the people that are around you, they're not ordinary people.
Listen, that's the key right there. You have to get out of your box and be exposed. The problem is our exposure. When we stay around people who are poor and pitiful, we begin to think like a birds of a feather flock together, and put yourself in uncomfortable situations, because that's how you grow.
Yeah.
Because you can't grow just dealing with people that you always deal. We deal with the same people, same color, same, whatever. We tend to migrate to what we're familiar with. But if we force ourselves into the habit, learn from somebody else, ask questions, and get out of your own box.
That's good. That's good.
I don't chew tobacco, but I hang out with a bunch of people that when they want to chew tobacco and spit tobacco just to hear what they're talking about.
Listen, my favorite client is a devout Muslim. And all the people from the mosque, guess who they send them to? Me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't give up my, who I am as a believer, but we have great conversations. So, it's kind of like you have to be willing to get out of your own box and be willing to deal and step out of your comfort zone to be able to accomplish the level of success that you desire.
Yeah.
Hey, Rod, I got a question to ask you.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you mind if I tell this, but when we was at the conference, can I tell him what you showed me?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, he showed me what was that? Was that
the
platinum? Yeah.
Platinum American Express.
And I was like, okay, I've seen a regular. My dad has a regular American Express card, had one all the light, all my life. I never.
Jimmy, no, it's heavy.
It's heavy.
It's heavy. I'm like, what is it made of? Is it made of platinum? I mean, it's and
that's that 500 a year.
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
Heavy.
And I'm gonna tell y'all a few things. I've been so exposed just being around you all. Like, I remember one time Jimmy was talking about his client took him to Ocean Prime. And he was like, 5-star restaurant. And then I thought back and I was like, I went there and I didn't even realize it was a 5-star. I was just kind of, you all just bring me, like, I feel real country when I'm around y'all. I'm like, oh, wow, what are you showing me? So everything is so true. I mean, this group is so genuine. Rod just come on, hey, look at this. You seen this before? And he pulls out this card and it feels like it's about, I don't know, it's like it's, I can't explain it.
Yeah, it's weight to it. Yeah.
It's got weight to it. Never seen anything like it. And that's what we need to do. I remember, different things that I do. I try to expose my kids. Like when I first got into real estate, opened my brokerage, I would cash the checks so they can know what money feels like in thousands.
Yeah.
Like if I get a $5,000 check, cash it. Just to let them count it. So they wouldn't be like, ooh, I got $1,000, $5,000. I want them to have exposure so they know how to act around money. My daughter is in real estate now, and she has a different mindset on, her friends, like, she always say, my friends always get a check. I don't never get a check. I'm like, because you're in business, you have to pay quarterly taxes, you have to pay. So it's a different mindset on even with taxes. If you're making some money, you're going to have to pay somebody. Yeah. So I thank the dream team for the mindset. Thank y'all for my mindset.
I also challenged Joy. We both going to shareholders. I challenged her to stay where me and LaSharia stand, but I don't know if she took up.
No, I tried. I really did try. They didn't have the 22nd, so I couldn't.
Okay.
But I'll come visit you all. I promise.
Come visit, all right. we're taking our son because again, just like along this line of this conversation, we want to expose him to things. He's going to the conference. He's going to shareholders. And them tickets were $800 a piece, and he's going but we're getting there Friday through Wednesday, and we're staying at the Ritz-Carlton. So
I tried. I really did.
Exposure. That's what Jim is saying. Joy said, you got to get out there and just experience something different. Get the feel of it. Get the feel of the customer service level at the Ritz-Carlton versus the Holiday Inn Express.
Absolutely.
I said anything wrong with Holiday Inn Express. I'm traveling. I'm popping.
I'm not staying there though. I'm not staying there.
Get that experience. Go to the Four Seasons. It's one of Lashree and I's favorite. Four Seasons. Experience something different. Eat at a nice restaurant. Anything on that, guys? I know we over our time, guys. We over. Anything else before we close out?
Can I just say this? Exposure is so important. Recently, a few months back, my husband's side of the family had an event at Golden Corral. And for the first time, I realized my kids have never been to a Golden Corral. And they were like, Mom,
I like my kids.
But, their level of exposure was totally different. As I was thinking about it, it's because I had been very intentional about really exposing them to a different lifestyle, a different way of living, so that they are not settling for, and their expectations are high. So, that, and I always try to instill in them, their work ethic has to be high in order to maintain and sustain this level of, and this lifestyle that they've grown accustomed to. So, it's kind of like you've got to, once you go up, there ain't no going back.
Yeah.
Hey, you stepped on my toes there. I like Golden Corral.
I do too, Rodney. I do.
Hey, but let me tell you something. I've been to Ruth Chris. I ain't going back to Golden Corral no more.
Yeah, it's funny, man. And I think I was talking about this with Joy. It's still, I still had that PTSD. I remember, I never forget those seasons of lack, though. I never forget. We don't waste money. We're not just, we don't go out and splurge and just blow money. We're very conscious of it. And I remember those seasons, but I thank God, for this season. They say money doesn't buy happiness, but man, I wasn't happy being broke either.
Come on.
I wasn't happy, man. Worried about my cell phone being worried about, no, not worried if it's gonna get turned off, worried that my clients and my friends was gonna realize my phone was turned off.
Yeah.
Money may not buy happiness, but it makes you feel good when you're spending it.
Yeah. Amen. I can't even watch Good Times no more. I can't even stand watching Good Times. I'm like, I just can't watch it. It's just like they always trying to get out, and I'm like, no. And they have a chance to get out, and it's like they can't get out. I can't watch it. It hurts my feelings.
Oh, that's mine.
I can't go back to Ocean City. The first time I went, out of the country to a beach. I said I'd never go back to Ocean City. That was 10 years ago this coming February. And I have not been back to Ocean City, and I'm from Maryland.
Yeah.
But once your lifestyle changes, once you see these changes, you have to change with it. We took my son to Daytona Beach, and when he went there, he said, "Daddy, why does the sand look like this?" At 4 years old, my son, we went to Margaritaville in Fort Lauderdale, went on for their grand opening. The most money I had ever spent on a hotel back then. This was 3 years ago. It was $400 a night. Yeah. The most money I've ever spent on a hotel. Wow. My son said that was the nasty beach.
Wow.
Because he's been exposed to beaches in Cancun, Jamaica, Bahamas, Aruba. He's been to these places, so he doesn't see things the way we see things anymore because he's seeing it from a different view.
Yeah.
But
that's where you take it though. That's where you have to take it. That's your mindset. Your mindset has to be like the mindset of a child. What is it that I want? What am I willing to do to get there? And how will I sustain this for years to come?
So ultimately, what we're talking about is, again, it's about giving to others. It's about our lives being able to speak volume. So in all of these things that we're talking about, because we don't, I mean, especially because this is being recorded, we don't want people to think that we just a bunch of people that just, thinking and talking money and we greedy about money. No, we're talking about legacies. We're talking about being able to leave something and being able to build for other people because we live in a dying world. And your life cannot make meaning. Your faith cannot speak to anybody. Whatever you believe, whatever you're trying to, your life has to transcend. It has to transcend every single thing else. So that's ultimately what we're talking about, because there's people that need us. There's people out there that they don't have and they need us. They need we've got to understand that we are valuable, from every single one of us here. We are valuable and we have something to give. We have something, but you can't give what you don't have.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about. You can't give what you don't have. You can wish it, but that's where it ends. But we've got to be able to be it, be able to give, be able to, be able to drive on the street or walk on the street and see someone who has a need, a genuine need, and your heart goes out and you're able to say, you know what? I mean, because my heart breaks when I see people with those signs. Moms with kids, dad with kids, and doesn't have that, and it's not enough for me to give them $10 or $20. It's just not enough because if you're talking about gas being expensive, talk about for them the milk that they have to buy, how expensive it is. The food that they have to put on the table, how expensive is that for them? Yeah. That's why, every state we are in life, we ought to be constantly grateful and aspire for more and go for more because the demand gets higher as you're going higher and higher up. And we have to remember that.
Jimmy, even just this week, I pulled up at a red light going to see my mom. She was in the hospital this week, going to see her. I pulled up at the light. It was a brother. See, you just never know who people are, and by the grace of God that we could be standing there with that sign.
Exactly.
And I said, brother, I'm so glad to see you. I was like, I want to sow. I gotta sow a seed this today. I thank God for you. I said, brother, I want to bless you with this. I gave him twice cash. I had a 20 on me. I gave him a 20. And his eyes lit up. And I said, brother, I'm so glad to see you. I want to sow this because God loveth a cheerful giver, right?
Yes.
That's what the word say. God loveth a cheerful giver. So I was excited. I told him, I was just like, man, I'm excited to bless you. And he didn't understand what I said. Man, I'm looking for a blessing. I know the harvest is greater than the seed. So I want to plant this seed in you, brother. Can you just bless me? Pray for my business. Pray for me. This brother prayed for me like no other. This brother prayed like he should be somebody's deacon, minister, pastor, somebody at somebody's church. This brother prayed for me. So that's what I'm saying, only by the grace of God, that it could have been the other way. It could have been it could have been me with the sign and him pulling up. But all that to say, guys, just like Jimmy said, just bless people, be a blessing. I saw somebody in the chat say a tither. Yeah, we're tithers. I lead with my giving. Yeah, I bless the kingdom more than anything. That's why I'm so blessed, because I bless God's kingdom.
Amen.
Oh, man.
I want to add to that. This is
Yes.
Jasmine.
Hey,
So
Jen.
I like that you use the homeless example. And there are situations where people kind of put themselves in situations because they miss opportunities. And just relating that to real estate, because I have a lot of people that are new, even opportunities that you have like this call, and you miss the big picture and the fact that you have opportunities to do bigger things and you just don't put in the work because you are an expectation of somebody else being a blessing to you instead of accepting the blessings that you already have. So I saw a sign that said it takes 0 talent to be on time. It takes 0 talent to be prepared. 0 talent to go that extra mile. And I think people sometimes compare themselves to other people. I know everybody on here can't relate to what you guys are saying. And they miss the blessing in that. It's just not the opportunity to even change the mindset, to think a little bit bigger, but it's because they're not putting in the basic essentials of being successful.
That's powerful, Jasmine. Ooh, that's right. Thank you for that. Wow. Guys, any takeaways from anybody? Anybody we hadn't heard from? Any takeaways? I know we over our time.
Good morning, everybody. This is Tina. I was just going to add that if there's anyone new on the call, the reason that I am still in the game, in the real estate game, period, is because of the people on this call. Faith come by hearing, and hearing each and every day what you guys have to share has kept me encouraged, kept me, through times that I wanted to quit. So, so anybody new on the call, definitely join the Dream Team, because it's so detrimental to your growth.
Thank you, Tina.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Tina.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you too, Tina, for making that connection for my daughter and your family down there for medical school. Thank you. Okay, guys, any other takeaways? Somebody else, what you got from this? Anybody gonna run with?
This is Lisa. I have 204 days to be the best I've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. Hallelujah.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't give up, guys. Like I said, they hit that bullet. Don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in the fight, guys. Don't keep pressing. You're like one conversation away from your next deal. You just never know when that next one is. That next one, you just gotta put your head down, keep going. You're on the right path. Just stick to it. Stay consistent. Don't give up. It's gonna happen for you. It's gonna happen for you. Everybody's timing is different. It took me 1.5 years to get my first deal. It took me forever. I didn't have a dream team, though. Didn't have a dream team, but it took me a long time to get my first deal. I remember almost giving up, quitting, like, man, what is wrong? What is wrong? Is something wrong with me? Maybe I'm not cut out for this. I almost quit, guys. I almost gave up. And one of my first deals, back in, I think it was like 07, 08, the market was crazy. I needed that money so bad. I was struggling, and they went and wrote a contract with somebody else, $500,000. These are people that I knew. I had known them since I was 18 years old in the military, and they, and they went and bought a house with somebody else, and it almost killed my dream. I almost got out the business.
That's right.
Stick to it, guys. I don't know who I'm talking to today. Stick to it. Don't give up. Keep pressing. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But stay plugged into us. Stay connected and join. Plug in. Tim, you got something, sir? I know.
Hey, I got a couple of things just rumbling.
Go.
Yeah, and as everybody's been saying, on this call, it's so important to stay plugged into the call, because you'll hear something that is going to help just really change or shift something in your business. Maybe you're doing certain things right already, but I think each time we get on this call, every last one of us have a takeaway of something. It may be taxes, it may be saving, it may be going, raising your elevation of your mindset, like Jimmy was saying, to think much bigger than you're thinking, to not give up, to quit when you think, things are going bad. There's always something on this call that is going to be for you. It's just like when we at church, it's that rhema word. When the preacher, this week he might be talking about whatever. He could be talking about adultery. You're like, hey, I'm not being adultery. Me and my wife got a favorite relationship. But he talk about something like forgiveness, unforgiveness. Ooh, now that's you. You went there, the other one went right past you over your head. But now he talk about the unforgiveness. Now they down your street. You know what I'm saying? So as you say things here, some things may gloss over you, but then some things gonna hit you square in the forehead. And it's what you need for that time to help you shift your mindset to that next bit, to shift your mindset. I mean, just this past week, I had a client. He's a buyer, and I was helping him. He told me he was a lead. I got him in. He said he was, thinking about selling his house or whatever. But more so, he was more concerned about, I need to find the house before I even think about selling. I said, okay, cool. Found him a place, and he was ready to write a contract right away. I'm ready to do it, but I ain't put my house on the market. He says, I said, okay. I said, I can come take a look at it. And this was like on a Saturday, and I was out with my daughter doing something. And I said, okay, I'll come over tomorrow, next day, we'll take a look at it, yada, yada, because he's more concerned about trying to put it off on his new house first to get that under contract before he even think about putting his house in the market. I said, you have an agent? He says, no, I don't. I said, okay, cool. Let's get that done. So why come I got the contract for him on the house ratified, well, was in the process of getting ratified. And why come his neighbor or somebody he knew that was good friends with, I guess he must have told them about it, was excited. They said, well, I can go ahead and get your house under contract. So he called me and says, Tim, hey, great, we're gonna get this contract ratified. I just went on to put my house on the market. It's gonna be 1.1. You think that might have hurt a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But
right.
What I say was that being a little casual, like, okay, I got this, I'm already working with him. You know, I could have just dropped what I was doing, but at that time, it was more important for me to be with my daughter with something she was doing. I couldn't just steal away, go do a listing appointment and all that. So I missed out on, you know, a nice chunk of money, but at that time, I felt it was more important that I be with my daughter, handle some business.
Amen.
But I tell all that to say is that things like that gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I just got another referral that's gonna be just going equally a buyer and seller that's gonna still be equally to that amount. So it's not something that, you know, yeah, it hurt for a minute, but I recover and say, you know what? No worry. Everything ain't for me. God got something for me.
That's it right there.
And this referral helps me to do that.
Yeah. That's it, brother. That's powerful there, Tim. Yeah.
Exactly.
Your family and God, bro. I don't put nothing in front of God. I don't put nothing in front of family. I don't put
family. No.
No
competition.
Yeah. That's powerful, Tim.
That was awesome, Tim. Awesome.
Thank you.
Guys, it's 9:30, guys. We're gonna have to shut it down. I love y'all. I gotta go. It's time to go to work now.
Yes, sir.
It's time for the benediction.
Gotta go. He said,
time for the benediction.
Put it in action. Put it in action.
Yeah, time to put it in action, guys. Time to go to work.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, I see you, brother. Me and Tony wrapping up one next week. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate you, man. Tony down in VA. You want to say something, Tony? I know Tony's killing down there. He's a team leader. Broker. I mean, he's killing it. Mentor. Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, man. Hey, I enjoy these calls. Sometimes I'm just driving because I'm going to different places and whatever. I'm trying to help my grandson change brakes for the first time.
All right.
But that, like you said, the mindset. You know, the Bible said that as the man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Amen. And we do always got to have that mindset because, like I tell people, as Christians, that's the only mindset we can have. I mean, the doubt and stuff's going to come, but the Bible tells us to cast all those thoughts down and bring them in subjection. So, hey, power to us, y'all.
Yeah.
We winning. Praise God.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate you. Y'all gonna be hearing from Tony soon, too.
Hey, y'all be blessed, though.
All right. Be blessed, Tony. Thank you, brother.
All right.
Bless you,
Have
man.
an awesome weekend.
All right, y'all. Have an awesome weekend, guys. Bless y'all. See y'all.
Yes, blessings to all of y'all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care,
Thanks,
y'all.
everybody.
Take care, everybody.
All right. Have a blessed one.